Hello, this is CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana, and I'm here with a treat. This is a true treat for me. I don't do a lot of carbs, and certainly not at any one given time. Most of the time, at home, and if I do, you know, if, it's not like this. It truly isn't. This, I'll do this maybe if I go to a steak restaurant or something, or where they're bringing like all sorts of like really groovy bread for a first course. Then sure, I will tear it up. But I don't do that all the time. So most of the time at home, I'm strictly keto. I've done really well last week. A lot of fasting. A couple of times during the last week and a half. Actually, I've done really well. Now today I have a dental appointment, and I don't want heavy meats and everything like that before a dental appointment. So I decided to give myself a real treat for me. And maybe you guys are used to grilled cheese, but uh, this was great. So I had this on hand. I just used um, the cheeses and the products that I had on hand. Um, Real unsalted butter, because who needs added salt? When you see something that says sweet cream butter, it does not mean that they've added sugar to the butter. It does not. It simply means that the butter was produced without additional salt. Uh, you know, that's basically what it means. That old fashioned get the cream, shake it, shake it, shake it, and separate the butter from the cream. That kind of stuff. Good old churning. With that's it. And that's what it means. But I've heard people talk about, hey, if you want sweet cream butter, just add a little sugar. No, you don't have to add sugar. And so yeah, there you go on the butter. But that's the first thing. Non-stick, I use Gotham Steel. Uh, I also have a set of Rachel Ray, uh, but Gotham Steel just typically tends to be what I reach for first. But they both work. Any sort of great, really good pan like that, a non-stick, a quality. You want something that's not scratched up. Teflon, if it scratches, tends to peel off and stick to food and everything. How you can prevent that with a really, really good quality pan. Basically, it's just not go above uh, medium heat, and certainly not much above medium heat, even when they advertise like Gotham Steel does on the TV or in the promos, and they'll say, "Hey, we can go really, really, we can handle high heat." Yeah. um, um, but then when you get it home, you'll read the instructions, and they'll tell you, "Do not go above, whatever." So, and usually it's a medium heat. It will read it so that way. Smoked Gouda and Havarti are the cheeses. It's the cheeses that I had on hand, and yeah, I got butter on all sides of the bread, like up and down side, the inner and the outer, and shredded the cheeses for texture, and put them thick into a sandwich, a good hearty sandwich, and great, very delicious. And then what I can tell you about Gotham Steel, when they say that it's nonstick and that the cheese just comes right out if it sticks on a pan or something, that is perfect. I worked for a restaurant. Um, uh, well, I've worked for a lot of restaurants, but this one restaurant, the chef, she hated a grilled cheese. It was on the menu, most on the children's menu, and children would order grilled cheese, and she would hate making it because the cheese would stick to the grill, and it was a professional grill is not non-stick specifically, but it depends upon, you can put a little butter on it, scrape it off, or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It just that just kind of singed her, like the sandwich got singed. But so what you want to do, you want to get the butter melted. You don't want to drown. You don't want so much butter. Maybe just the typical, you get like a stick of butter, just a typical, uh, quarter of an inch slice or pat or whatever, um, just enough to get the bottom of that pan. Um, and it's mainly for flavor here. It's not that but also it does help in the browning of the bread. You know, that little bit of if you want to, you can put a drizzle of olive oil in. I did not have that on hand, so I didn't worry about it. This is a 22 grain bread. If you're going to do this, you may as well step it up from a Wonder Bread. Use a good bread, and then when it's done, the little bits of cheese from your grater or whatever, save that for garnish. And let's taste this. This is so good. Look at this. Mm. Okay. Damn, this is a true classic. It is truly delicious. And if you love cheese, you would love this. Mm. Look at that. If you want to, you can have a little cup of your favorite tomato-based soup or dipping sauce or something. I didn't feel the need for that today, but that would be good for this. You actually can cut these into quarters each sandwich, and use them as an appetizer, a pre-course for um, a meat course coming up or something, a main course. Yeah. Mm. So this is an increased version of an American standard. I actually don't know if this grilled cheese was invented in America. I don't know. Bread and cheese goes back for as long as we've crunched up grain and milked cows. I guess I don't know, but mm, cut each one of these into threes, into little triangles, or whatever, and then use them as, you know, top them as a crouton on top of your salad and a cheese. Why not play around with it? Have some things. If you have a really really good Caesar salad, one, two, three. Why not? I could totally go for a good romaine or something. Okay, some uh, some elevation to this classic. Usually thought of to be a quick lunch for the children or something during the summertime or something. Now we can do something else. Elevate this, bring it to a formalized meal by taking this, putting it as an appetizer, as a salad course, as a pre-course, or an amuse-bouche appetizer, whatever. But also, you could serve this as a side with something that you feel that you would feel real suited with these grains. Why not? Now, this is something that I'm not going to do or wouldn't do, but you could take this and then put just a little bit of powdered sugar on top of this, and then serve it, um, or a drizzle of syrup or something like that, and then serve it with some fried chicken breast. A variation on the old chicken and waffles, but it would be chicken and grilled cheese. I had a friend of mine ask me if I used to work at a restaurant, and the answer was, "Oh yes, many many restaurants." And then before I worked in restaurants, uh, I was a domestic and worked in a lot of people's kitchens. usually for room and board and pay. That people sometimes they would like, this is, like, yeah, we'll pay you, and then come payday, they never get around to paying. They'd be like, well, blah, 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 blah. But at least you're getting a couch to sleep on or whatever. And I thought that never really worked out very long at all. There's always that family friend or something, when like the adults in the family have to go to work, and so maybe they'll bring in somebody like an Uncle Charlie from My Three Sons or something like that, and expect, oh hey, um, you do the domestic work, and that's great, but still have to come up with some kind of some sort of payment for something like that, even if you do give a room or something like that. If you enjoy that domestic, it didn't work. I floated out around for a while, and sometimes did actually get paid. Well, I did enjoy that work. Um, I enjoyed taking care of the elderly. I enjoyed taking care of uh, children, and yeah. Grilled cheese sandwiches. That's what this just reminded me of, because I made a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches in my day. But this is not something that a lot of the children that I cooked for would have liked. They would have turned their nose up at this. But boy, the sophisticated adults go after this. Have fun. And I think this series of food I'm going to call Elevated Basics. I'm going to do a series of simple, classically known foods, and we're going to call it Elevated Basics. So it's a new series that I'm going to start with this video, and you're watching the inception of it right here. Okay, love and light, peace, bon appetit.